Hello, my name is Pastor David Prenga. I'm the executive pastor here at Brewster Baptist Church, and I get the opportunity to share with you the verse of the day. And I don't know about you, but at times in my life, just life gets so busy and chaotic. And being a pastor of a church and like most jobs, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of time. And then going home and being a dad takes time. Attending our kids' activities takes time and energy. Even being a good husband takes time. Plus, you throw in all the housework that you need to take care of or chores that it never seems like it ever gets done. There are times in my life where I feel like life is just spread too thin. There's not enough balance in my life, and so often my attitude and my perspective on life is not where it should be. In fact, I can often feel stressed out, overwhelmed, and burned out. I don't know about you if you've ever felt that way, or if you feel like your life is just like out of control at times. But when my life feels that way, out of control, overwhelming, stressed out, I think of this passage, which is Mark chapter 1, verses 35 through 37, and it's the verse of the day. It says, "Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up. He left the house, went off to a solitary place where he prayed. Simon and his companions went to look for him, and when they found him, they explained, 'Everyone is looking for you.'" See, when I read the book of Mark, I found out the day before Jesus is there, he's teaching at the synagogue. People were amazed at his teaching. Then he's driving out demons, and that spreads of everything what Jesus is doing is spreading out throughout the entire city, and more people come to hear him. And then later in the evening, the town people brought the sick and the demon-possessed to Jesus. And the town gathered around Jesus, and Jesus healed many who had various diseases, and people were amazed at his miracles. And you would think, after such a long day and night, that Jesus would sleep in the next morning. You know, he deserved the break for all the things he did the day before. He's entitled to what? A day off or rest. But we don't see that is what Jesus does. We see that Jesus gets up early the next morning. While it was still dark out, Jesus left his disciples behind, and Jesus takes off to a solitary place. And why did Jesus do this? Because Jesus knew that he needed to be with his Father, and he prayed to God, and they experienced communion together. They talked, they shared life with each other, because Jesus needed his Father. See, Jesus knew the most important thing, and the first thing that Jesus needed was time with his Father. See, later in the next verse, we see that the disciples are all looking for him. They couldn't find him any place. But when they did find Jesus, they said, "Well, everyone's looking for you." But it didn't bother Jesus at all, because he was having time with God. See, Jesus understood the first thing he needed to do was to be with his Father in prayer. Jesus was filling up his heart and being in communion with his Father. And that is our example. That's what we should be doing. See, in the busyness of our life, we need to remember that we need Jesus more during those difficult times. And it's especially in those difficult times that we need to be seeking out and looking for Jesus. So why do we need to make time out for Jesus? Because only Jesus can calm our heart and calm the storms of our life. See, Jesus can fill our heart with peace when life just seems like out of control. And I just need to do it. You just need to do it. It may take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of your day, but I promise you, it's well worth it. See, what I've found is that when I spend time with God, in the morning, it could be at lunchtime, it may be before I go to bed, but my mind and my perspective changes, and my heart rate slows down. Instead of thinking about me so much, I start thinking about what would Jesus have me do? And I begin to focus more on God. And I feel better after I spend time with God. I have a better perspective and attitude towards other people. See, I'm able to have peace in my heart because I know Jesus is there to help me along the way. Well, thanks for joining with me for the verse of the day, and I hope to see you tomorrow. God bless.